look around the map, everybody, there's always going to be a little pocket for vintage and streetwear. And, this culture that everybody's cultivated. There's always going to be a spot for us. I just want to see how my brand reacts in those different waters. Passion for clothes, it really started out just create my own style. Like in high school, early middle school, I used to be on YouTube all the time, just watching like folks like Bull One TRC and like just like that sneakerhead culture, and just through that I found, I would see them thrifting, and I would see like $2 tees that would just be super hard, and like I want to find those. And then after a while, I was looking through my closet, and I was like, bro, I got a lot of shirts. Like, I got a lot of shirts. I got a lot of, I got a lot of, what I'm saying? I need to make some space. So, I would throw a couple of little tees out there, do this, that, and the third. And then I started going to like a couple boutiques in the city, and I was like, man, I could really, I could really do this for real. Like, I can just have my own little space and have my own clothes. Like, I know how it works. So, I want to be brick and mortar. I want to have my own, concrete storefront. But I want it to be more than just you come here to sell or to buy or sell your vintage pieces or your streetwear pieces. The industry I'm in, like, everything revolves around my inventory, my stock. So it's how I'm always trying to figure out how can I cut that cost down? How can I find a way that nobody else really knows how to get a shirt, how to get a pair of shoes, a hat, pants, whatever. And just my daily process of just figuring out how what's going to keep separating me from, all these other, other sellers and other things in the city. Turning my idea to reality. At first, it started out with just me. Okay, I got these shirts. I could throw them up on Grailed. I could, put them on these eBay. I can make a site like that, but it doesn't feel like, I don't feel like me. I ain't got no reason not to. I don't got no reason not to just build my own space out of it. And then what I did when I was, selling through those other third-party sites, once I saw that money that they kept taking out of my shirts, and they kept, like that percentage they kept taking out, I couldn't do it. So I just had to, I just went ahead and started. I started out with my Shopify and just getting that website started. And then once I started selling on IG, I was tangible. That was it. I started meeting the people, that wanted to buy my products, and I started seeing like, oh, where you are, all this, seeing all the love. I was like, okay, like this is tangible. That's all I need right here. Keep going. My birthday, March 4th. Pisces man, however you want to take that. It's my birthday, 3-4. And it just means a lot to me. I want my birthday to mean something. I want to make sure I build something, which is what I got. So it just makes sense. Everything's a process. Process. Whether it's 3-4, whether it's me as a person, coming into as you move forward into life, everything's a process. You can't just sit there and expect something to grow if you're not going to water it, if you're not going to be able to nurture it. And it's really important that you just sit there and you realize where you are in life, and you realize, okay, I'm right here in the middle of this process. If I want 3-4 to go here, if I want to be this, I want to do that, you got to understand that you are here in this moment. You're not where you need to be. It's going to take time to get there. As long as you always taking them steps forward, you're going to get what you want.